In the year 2031, Saint Faustino was working at the VLHC at CERN, looking for God's fingerprint. When he received an invitation from the Pope herself to visit her in Vatican City. All travel took place at night now, due to the ozone holes, and, indeed, many people now slept in the daytime next to a fan after taking vitamin D. In the evening, they took light therapy. Faustino arrived in Rome within the hour, a helicopter taking him to the platform near St. Peter's, landing about 3 a.m. Faustino got out and soon noted a monument honoring the Illuminati. Things had sure changed here over the years. Hello, Pope.
Thank God for science fixing some of the ozone holes, but I have really come to love the night. The days are of course still too warm yet.
Well, it will take years to replace all of the ozone, but the plan is working, and I'll thank God too if I ever find her.
I haven't found even one of her fingerprints, Austin.
And I have found none myself.
Agreement at last.
Well, Pope, it was a very beautiful and glorious wish, just the same.
Yes, for it brings much happiness to sapiens, but then again, so do other wrong things such as drugs.
True, as qualified, and it's even that natural selection may have put the wishes there.
Darwin's idea was the best idea that anyone ever had.
True, Miss Pope Teresa. Well, shall we let joy and innocence prevail?
Yes, perhaps for at least one more generation. Attendance is falling.
The Very Large Hadron Collider was the last hope.
You left no rock untorn but St. Peter's. Thanks for looking, St. Faustino. We know that you were hoping not to find God, but your actual research was fair and unbiased.
Thanks, Miss Pope, I tried.
We are surely on our own in this universe now, old Faustino.
One can be alone but never lonely, for we have our lives.
Yes, that's always where it was at, wasn't it?
True, and now we know that we are truly free.
It is a liberation, really.
We can now do good just for the sake of good.
That's what it's all about here, as ever for many others, like those at ToQuest.
And science has neutralized the WMDs of the religious fundamentalist nations.
Thank Einstein.
I see that everyone is up and about.
We all work at night now.
I see that the celibacy rule was lifted.
True, Austin, and so now the Pope can even go out on a date.
Really? Shall we?
Yes, to the movies. Angels and Demons Part 7 just came out.
Well, is the Pope female?
Of course I am. Let's go. 7 is a lucky number.
Yes, there were 7 proofs of mine.
I am named after Saint Teresa of the Ecstasy.
Oh my, I saw Bernini's sculpture of her with the angel. Bernini was an Illuminatus.
True, a great guy. Care for a smoke?
Don't mind if I do, for they no longer have harmful additives.
And they still aid concentration, but now even better. I used to sneak them when I was a cardinal.
Thanks, science. She, the Pope, lit one up and handed it over to Austin, then lit one for herself. Smoke clouds soon rose under the sky.
There were no commandments against smoking, Faustino, and as you know, we do love wine as well.
Smoke is the spirit of the Holy Ghost.
Ha! That's a good one.
Have any wine around, Pope?
Sure, here you go.
You seem strangely familiar, Miss Teresa Pope, the very first. What is your given name?
Melanie.
Well, we meet at last, my dear, under starry skies.
Yes, finally. And now science has doubled our lifespans, Austin, so we are now only halfway through.
Yes, Popesy, and now that our consciousnesses have merged, we can really enjoy life to the fullest.
Yes, all the prep work is finally done.
Hey, who's that monk?
That's no monk, it's Professor Pat going over to the archives to read some fine and tiny print.
What? He never ever even read halfway through my posts, and I even used size 3 font and put many spacing lines.
Profat has come a long way.
Hey, who's that guy with the long beard?
That's Graybeard. He's teaching evolution to our clergy. Yet another big missing link has been found.
And that lady on that fine brown talking horse?
Label Wench is our prime diplomatic liaison to the scientific community, since she taught Sunday school once upon a time and learned science from Lloyd. She teaches us how to work at night too. Also, her horse, Caramel, speaks to the animals in their own language, even in cricketese.
Holy moly cripes. And who's that speedy guy?
That's Time Particle. He is the chief of all our humanitarian efforts, and he never runs out of time. He's also one of our resident poets, along with young Mohan.
Wow, so all this still goes on without there being a god?
Yes, for if there was a god, she would have wanted it this way. But few are for the vengeful god of old, a myth.
True, plus evolution put the spirit of this into some.
Yes, we are naturally supernaturally superstitious.
And there is still Jesus to follow.
Yes, he was a fine sapiens and was very much ahead of his time. We don't need his father.
Who's that half-invisible guy over there?
Nobody.
Come on now, where does he live, here or there?
Nowhere.
What, is he the CIA or something?
No ninja empire. Nobody nowhere is becoming real for the moment.
And who's that guy with all the digital equipment?
Oh, that's Analog. He converted, but he kept his old name.
Who's that in the big green bug suit?
That's Greenbug. He looks after the health of our environment.
And the lady in the white coat?
Miss Leslie Key is the head of Worldwide Health. She is here to vaccinate us against the flea flu.
The flea flu?
No, fleas jump. The people flee as from the bird flu.
The bird flu and the swine flu?
Yes, but pigs can't fly.
You're a funny pope, but a fitting one for these new times.
Yes, for when the karma ran over the dogma, they had to meet halfway. I was the happy medium.
Who's that guy drawing circles crashing into each other?
That's Bogey, one of our smartest, working on arenas in space.
But he's here, on the ground.
He doesn't go on field trips like Dip does.
Who that guy with fractal hands vibrating in and out of their most likely places?
That's Steve. He's superimposed a bit.
And who's that guy who looks the same all over?
MJA.
What's that sign about the last of the bloodline lecture?
Tarina's coming here tomorrow to speak, for she and her children are the last of the bloodline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
Holy Christ!
You can't say that here?
I mean, she's arriving. We might get in trouble for going on a date.
Nah, for she has proclaimed that it is ever virtuous to share.
Who's that guy trying to bum a smoke over there?
That's Graham. He's here to train us how to levitate up to the new Magno City.
Holy cow, so much progress. And I hear that ToeQuest is now the #1 website. I bet Robert is really busy with that now.
Nah, he's not busy, for he is very talented.
See that guy playing video games over there?
Well, I'll be darned, that's mean. See, Austin, I only said darn, not damn.
Oops.
Come on in, Austino. I'll get out of the habit.
Smoking?
Know these flowing robes, then we'll take the old catacomb.
Hey, who's that restoring the statues to their full anatomy?
It's my mirror, Melanie. She's my camerlengo, my assistant.
She really exists.
No, but yes.
And who that handing her the pieces in exchange for the fig leaves removed?
Race car.
Holy Mother of Jesus, it's like old times here. Aren't they, fabricating some extra reality?
Perhaps for they have to put in some filler where it was broken off.
Got a job for me?
Want to oversee the Naked Art Museum?
Sure. Saint Ostino and the she-pope soon passed through the tunnel, emerging into Galileo's old castle lair. The Castel Sant'Angelo then walked across the lovely Bridge of the Angels, arm in arm, spirit in spirit, to view the fabulous holographic film with its in-the-head sound, odor, vision, air taste, and vibrating seats.